This is Functionally Feral, the podcast where two college roommates turned chiropractors, clinic owners, and crunchy moms talk about running functional businesses while raising feral children. We're Felicia and Natalie, home birth enthusiasts, holistic rebels, and slightly unhinged multitaskers who believe in nervous system regulation and toddler negotiation. Join us each week as we crack up and crack facts, swap stories from the trenches of motherhood and entrepreneurship, and explore all things holistic living, healing, and hustle, with zero shame and lots of laughs.
Hello and welcome back to episode 8.
Hello, Felicia.
Hi, Natalie.
Episode 8.
I see you're in a different seat again.
Yet again. I have now, so now I have set up a podcasting bag that has all of my equipment, and it's just in one little tote bag. And now
it goes
I can
with you.
podcast. Yeah, I can podcast from anywhere. So now I'm in my office.
Welcome to Revive.
Yeah, we've been at the lake. We have a little spot at the lake. We have a little spot at home. We have a little spot at the office.
Meanwhile, I've never moved.
Next time, my car is probably going to be where I'm going to podcast.
No, we need to talk about the weight of these mic stands.
Okay, they are so heavy.
I had to take it to my office the other day for a photo shoot, and it literally, the bag kept toppling over because this stand is 300 pounds.
It is. And it still sometimes doesn't hold.
No.
If you pull the mic out too far, it still doesn't hold.
It still topples. It's
so
the heaviest thing.
It is.
So I commend you for carrying the stand around to different states.
I've got it figured out at this point. So
wait, do you have a rolly bag?
No, it's not a rolly bag. It's just a little bag right here.
I need a rolly bag. I think I want to go back to rolly backpacks.
The tiniest bag, but this is it.
How does the mic stand fit in there?
It goes right in the bottom. I take the microphone off. Okay. I untwist it off every time. And then I suck down the mic thing.
You telescope it down. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it sits, that goes in first.
Those straps are putting in so much work.
And then my headphones go in next and goes right in there. And then the light goes in next and goes right in the next little section. And then all the cords get put in the little pocket. And then my computer slides in the side, and then we're done. It's actually amazing.
Wow. Well, when I start podcasting on the go, I'll have to take that into consideration.
So far, you're working really well from right there.
So far, I haven't had to leave my house. But that might change. Oh, you're muted.
Okay.
There we go.
I touched the wrong thing.
Okay, so today's episode is going to be about entrepreneurship and motherhood smushed together.
Yeah, all together.
All together. And how we both, so we're going to talk about how we did our return to work postpartum.
Yeah.
How we navigated timelines, child care / bringing babies to work. We both exclusively nursed while full back at work. So we're going to talk about a little bit about that flow and what worked best for us.
Yeah. We were so lucky. So lucky to be able to do that, because I know it's a really, really, it weighs very heavily on a lot of moms on how do I physically, logistically do this motherhood stuff? How do I go to work and breastfeed and, adequately spend time with my baby and and still make money? It's really, our generation is really, we're pulling out of it. But I think the past generation or two, when we were born, it was very okay, a lot of moms worked, a lot of you just did, you just go to daycare and you send your kids to daycare, you work a full-time job, you figure it out. And I think now, thankfully, our culture is set up slightly different for some people, where you can at least do part-time, or you can figure it out. You don't have to go all or nothing.
Yeah.
Even though my belief still is actually that I think moms should be home with their babies at the beginning.
I think we should sell our practices.
Truly, if I
My
didn't
advice,
own
sell
my
off.
business, like,
Yeah.
I would have not been working.
No,
I
same.
can 1,000,000% say that.
Mhm.
Like,
I
I would have
agree.
been like, "Screw this. This is
I agree.
ridiculous." Like, I'll take a couple years off of work.
I agree.
1,000,000%.
I think
So,
I would have done the same. I would have not returned to work.
absolutely. Like, maybe 5 years down the road. Maybe.
5 years after my
Except for
last baby.
now I'm getting, like, into, like, "Okay, now I'm gonna homeschool?" Like, what?
Gotta take 5 more years
What
off.
do I do now? So, if I didn't own my business, I absolutely would not have been working because I would
Yeah.
have figured it out. Like,
Mhm.
I would have you figure it out. You just
Yeah.
do because
Yeah.
I truly do think that that's the best thing for kids. But
Right.
second best thing was what we did probably,
Yeah.
which was come back pretty part-time.
Mhm.
I guess I'll start with my story.
Yeah, you went first, and you kind of paved the way. You actually were the one that inspired me to bring Sep to work. So, your story is the origin
I'm
story.
sorry.
Regrets.
It was great, honestly,
No, it
like,
was. It
for the
was.
most part.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
as they get older, it gets a little hairy.
Yeah. And I'll tell
The whole
like,
thing
I'm
is
in
a little
it right
hairy.
now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you are. You're
Okay.
at the point where I would have said, "Okay, I'm done." So, I I was insane, and I went back to work 4 weeks postpartum. But that's
That's
just, like,
wild.
what I had planned. Like, I just
Yeah.
but I made that conscious choice to not hire a fill-in doc
Yeah.
because I don't know what it was. At the time, I just like, that's one other thing that I cannot add to my plate to try to figure out who do I trust enough to come in, run my practice
Mhm.
basically, while I
Yeah.
still have I don't know, it didn't make any sense to me.
Mhm.
And we adjust in a very different way, you and I
Mhm.
do. So
Mhm.
I to have somebody come in
Right.
that I couldn't, like, adequately train to
Right.
do what I was doing, it would have been like, none of my patients would have come in anyway. It
No.
would have been a completely different adjusting experience, and
Right.
I didn't feel like I needed to do that.
Mm-mm.
So, I decided I was gonna take 4 weeks off. I was gonna be gone for a month, people were just gonna have to deal with
And you
it.
you told your patients ahead of time that you were taking a month off and you would see
Yes.
them on this date.
Yes, and
Okay.
then they had options, like, if they really needed to go see someone, they could just text me and I would
An
give them
office.
an option of where to
Yeah.
go. So, most people I knew at that point were gonna be fine with it. I also didn't
Mhm.
take new patients, like, a couple months
Oh, okay.
before having Gene, so, like,
Mhm.
all my patients were pretty established. They were not in, like, acute episodes of pain. It was gonna be very tolerable, and for the most part, it was totally fine. I think there
Yeah.
was one person that was like, "Man, I really wish you would have been here 2 weeks ago," and I go, "Well, I wasn't. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, I was still wearing diapers.
4 weeks isn't good for you. Okay, cool."
Let me guess that was a man.
Yes. How did you know?
The insensitivity of it.
Okay, so I came back at 4 weeks. I personally felt great. So
Okay.
I do think if I didn't feel good, I would have postponed a little bit longer. But I
Mhm.
actually even at 2 weeks, the ironic part was that I was sitting there at 2 weeks, I was like, "I could absolutely work right now." Like,
Okay,
1,000,000%.
you're a rare bird
I
because that
know.
is
It
so
was
not normal
so not
postpartum.
normal, so
Mm-mm.
not normal. I also knew, I think I said this in another podcast, I knew I had to have my routines, like,
Mhm.
down. Like, I had to have breastfeeding established. I knew I needed to rest adequately in the first week. I had to force myself.
This is not advice. This is just
No,
Natalie's
no,
experience.
this is just me. I would not tell anyone to be like this.
Mm-mm.
But I was listening to my body. I was making sure I wasn't having excessive bleeding. I wasn't, like, increasing any strain on my body. I
Mhm.
felt when I tell you I felt good, I felt so good. Like, by
Okay,
day
yeah.
3 postpartum, I was like, "All right, where's Pilates? Like, get it."
We
Oh, we could
I
not be
literally
any
cannot
different.
relate. I cannot not relate. We're going to lose a lot of followers if we don't have the duality of our experiences.
It's insane. Like, thinking back to it, I'm like, that was crazy. I don't
I
think my
love it.
body now could do that, truthfully. But because I did Pilates until 37 weeks, like I really only had like a couple weeks there where I was like not doing it. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I could totally go back. I didn't, but I could.
Mhm.
Um, so I had to have everything really, really set. So I was spending those 4 weeks off getting ready to get out of the house, like getting him packed up on my own, like making sure that I could do everything on my own and get into actually like every what did I do? Every 3 hours nursing was what I
Okay.
was trying to get to by the end of those 4 weeks.
Mhm.
And I pretty much did. Like 3 hours was a stretch for him at that
Yeah.
point because he was really wanting to nurse every like 2.5 probably. But
Mhm.
3 was what we just had to do. So I set up my schedule to be 2-hour blocks on the days that I was in the office.
Okay.
My mom came to the office, which was really nice. So she
Mhm.
came, I think I was only working like I started out at 2 days a week and then I moved
Okay.
to 3 days a week, I'm pretty sure. And I would do, I think I did 3 2-hour blocks. So they were
Okay.
long days, like
Mhm.
really long days.
Because in that between the 2-hour blocks was an hour?
Was an hour. So
Okay.
I would be nursing, eating something during, and my mom would bring food for me. It was really nice.
Yeah.
Those times that she was there. So I would get there an hour early, nurse him, work for 2 hours, nurse him, work for 2 hours. I can't remember if I did 2 blocks or 3 blocks. I must have done 3.
Mhm.
God, it was long.
Yeah.
Thinking back, I'm like, why the hell did I ever do that?
Yeah, that's
And then I
crazy.
did another working block then, and then an hour after to feed him
Mhm.
again. We
Mhm.
then had an hour drive back home. I was gone literally for 12 hours.
That's insane.
Insane. An hour drive, hour before work, and then
The whole workday.
the whole workday, hour after, hour drive home. Like it was truly like 8 to 8 by the time I would be
Wow.
back at home. But I did that 3 days a week. I made it work. It was super stressful. I would not do that again, truthfully.
Mhm.
I really
No.
don't think I would.
What would you do differently?
I think I would, as much as I wouldn't wanna work more days, I think
Mhm.
I would probably spread it out into, like,
Oh,
4
you're
days.
saying you would still bring him, but you wouldn't
I would
work
still
as
bring him.
long of stretches?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it just got to be very taxing. And we got used to leaving the house. Like, I left the house every day anyway, so why couldn't
Mhm.
I have just
Right.
gone to work 4 days instead of 3? I don't know. So I would probably do that a little different, but it worked out. It was good, and I had
Mhm.
him there, I think, for 6 months.
Okay.
So every day for 6 months, and then I kinda, like, dabbled back and forth where my mom would have him at her house. I would go there during my break and feed him
Oh my
and
gosh.
then come back to work. So we kinda I did a bunch of different things during that time, but once he got to, like, 6, 7 months, he was a little too loud for the massage therapist, truthfully. So it was just kinda like
Yeah.
one of those things he just had to get out of here.
Yeah.
So
Now you had a separate room at the office as a nursery, right? With, like, a
mhm.
crib and a rocking chair and,
Yep.
like, all that? Okay.
Dresser, changing table, all that stuff. So he really spent most of his time in there. My mom
Mhm.
also, he had to contact nap pretty much the entirety of his life. So what the heck was that noise? My phone just made a really strange noise. Um, so my mom would put him in a baby carrier for 6 months and walk around the building here
Oh.
every nap that he had to take.
Oh my goodness.
Eventually, finally, I think at like 5 or 6 months, he finally would allow you to, like, set him
Transfer.
down on something, but that was it.
Mhm.
And that's what I did too. For every single nap that he had, we were walking
Oh.
for many, many months.
Yeah.
And it worked out. It was great.
Mhm.
I loved that part, but
Yeah.
that was our normal. It's just I
Yeah.
think mainly because it was easier for me to do that than put the effort into, like, spending an hour trying to get him to lay down somewhere.
Mhm.
So I just
Yeah.
said, "Okay, you're going in the carrier and you're gonna go to sleep." And
Yeah.
it worked great.
And it worked for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was more so, it was more so out of laziness that I did that. Pure laziness. And then, yeah, he's been at my mom's multiple days pretty much ever since. Now
Okay.
he's kind of down to like one day there. And then we have like a babysitter or Kyle on
Mhm.
the other days.
Yeah.
But I loved having him here. I thought it was great. My
Yeah.
patients loved it.
Mhm.
It was so fun that everybody would come in and see him. I think it made him very social because he got to meet and see so many different faces,
Mhm.
and he's just used to that now.
Yeah.
So for us, it worked. Again, ideally, I wouldn't have been working at all. but,
Perfect world. We're not going
but,
back to work. Yeah.
but I think it was great.
No, I totally agree. I feel like I would do the same. But
Yeah.
I don't know. But okay, so are there any other tidbits that you want to share
Mm,
about your experience or
I'm
how
trying
you
to
did it,
remember.
or if other people are listening and want to bring their kid to work?
Trying to remember some of like the details of all of that.
I mean, it
He
was a
was,
while
at
ago.
least for us, he took a really long time to feed. So
Yeah.
some people don't need a full hour probably to,
Mhm.
but he needed that, especially not being with me for those like few hours in between.
Mhm.
He really, he was really an attached baby, which was, I mean, that's a good thing. You kind of want your
Right.
baby to be attached
Attached
to
to
you.
you.
um, I probably, I just think I would have put ideally less stress on myself.
Yeah.
Ideally, I would have had an associate before that point, but I
Yeah.
didn't. I got slapped in the face with this pregnancy. So I had to, I kind of just made it
Bite
work.
the
Like
bullet.
if I was actually planning this out, I would have had an associate that was
Mhm.
trained, and then I could truly like just dabble with working coming back
Mhm.
and just say like, okay, I'm just going to work a few shifts a week. That would have
Mhm.
been amazing. But
Mhm.
I really got burned out really fast. I think that's the beginning of my issues was that I got so burned out, and he really, even though we were co-sleeping, like he really was not an amazing sleeper for
Mhm.
the first year and a half of his life. So like he was up multiple times a night. I was up multiple times a night trying to make that work. So I was really, really tired. And then
Mhm.
I would have to wake up at, 7 o'clock, which is 7 o'clock's fine, but like not if you haven't slept all night.
Right.
So have to get out of the house and do all, it was just like this hamster wheel. So I
Yeah.
definitely overstressed myself, and
Mhm.
I would have redone my schedule a little bit
Mhm.
if I had to do it again,
Yeah.
because it definitely drained me.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I
Very
just was
taxing.
pushing through.
Yeah. You
But
were
those were
wearing
things that
a
I
lot of
wish I
hats.
didn't have to push through, I think,
Mhm. Mhm.
looking back.
Yeah.
So, but here we are.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
I'm
you kind of like
sleeping and finally 3 years later.
we're sleeping.
He's
He's
finally
at
not
your
in
mom's
bed with
house.
me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
things are finally, after year 3,
Yeah.
now I can finally think a little
Yeah.
bit. I
Yeah.
feel like my brain's not depleted anymore. Um, my body doesn't feel depleted anymore. Like, I can work out and not have, like, debilitating soreness. Like,
Mhm.
we're getting to the point that we're thriving. So,
Okay. Good.
yeah. And now I had, like, a horrific thought of, like, oh my god, this is like when people have another baby, and I'm like, "Oh, I can't do I don't think I just cannot do this whole process again." So,
Yeah.
I would have to completely change my entire like, "Okay,
Approach.
Revive's getting sold." And that would
Yeah.
be so sad
It
because, like,
would. This was like
this
your
is
first
like my
baby.
first baby. I could never, and that's also
Mhm.
why I didn't want to not work. Like, I like working. I
Yeah.
love it.
Mhm.
So I felt very torn during those times because I was like, I feel like my real baby is like taking me away from my
Fake
practice
fake
baby
baby.
because I really love it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it got to be very tough for me to balance both. And I did
Mhm.
it, but I didn't love it.
Yeah.
I didn't love either part at that time.
Mhm.
If that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
the mothering was taking me away from work, and
Practice.
then the work was
Work
taking
was
me away
taking.
from mothering, and it just was like
Yeah.
not really working, but it did work. It was fine.
Yeah.
So
no, I get that. I feel the same. But my journey back to work was very different.
yours was very different. So let's talk about it.
Okay. So I should start with the fact that I did hire an associate many moons before I even got pregnant. And that was my long-term goal. Like my long-term goal was to have multiple doctors in the practice, establish multiple employees so that when I did have a family, I could step away.
Yes.
So that was lovely.
Ideal.
My associate had her first baby 12 weeks before I had my baby.
That was the little blip in this whole plan.
Which is lovely because I got to do her maternity leave.
Right.
So when she was out on maternity leave, I covered the office for both staff or like both doctors.
And at that point you were actually feeling pretty good.
Oh yeah, I felt lovely during her coverage. Like I was very pregnant, but like I really didn't have any physical ailments. I was really capable of doing that. But I was also, in your like sense of a way, not taking new patients prior to my leave because my books were so full with our established patients. So like I didn't really have to worry about acute care either when I was gone because I was covering her books, which filled in all my gaps. So like it kind of worked out where when I went on leave, I didn't have to leave anyone high and dry.
Yep.
So when she returned back to work, she actually brought her baby for the first 9 months. And that's her story to tell. Like, I'm not really going to go into details about that, but I set up, we had a back room and I set up a nursery for both babies. So we kind of set it up. There was like a dividing curtain. There were 2 cribs, 2 sound machines, 2 monitors. Like it was set up so that we were prepped for both babies because when I ended up coming back, both kids were there.
Right.
Which was lovely.
It's it's actually
it was
amazing.
Crazy. Yeah. It was like, it couldn't have worked. It truly couldn't have worked out better because she came back to work after her leave and we had a little bit of overlap to like redistribute patients so that she could phase back in. And then I could start phasing out because like I was carrying 2 shifts.
Yeah.
And then I was able to, in the last few weeks of my pregnancy, kind of taper down again. So it honestly couldn't have worked out better. It was so perfect. So she tapered back in, I tapered back out. And then I was supposed to have like a week of like leave before I had him and like take that time to kind of staycation, but that didn't happen. So she kind of abruptly went from like her phase in to like full on, she was covering my schedule. So that was a little unfortunate on her side. Like I feel bad about that.
Right.
But she like was a total
She was able. Yeah.
Because I had to cover her schedule when I was pregnant, which was like no big deal because I was sleeping well. I was just taking care of myself.
Yeah.
Whereas when she phased back in,
I think it's really hard.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, she was not only postpartum, she was caring for a newborn and covering 2 doctors. So she got like whiplash into that.
Yeah.
And she handled it beautifully. Like she really did an amazing job.
Yeah.
Our retention for both our maternity leaves was like literally over 90%.
That's amazing.
Like I mean, if we did lose people, it was probably because they phased out anyway.
Right. It was people who were probably not going to come back anyway. Yeah.
Right. So it worked out really, really well in our favor. So
did
then
you have a dedicated staff person that was just doing baby care? Or did you have like multiple people kind of floating?
She had floaters. I hired on someone specifically. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the greatest thing about like my front desk too. Like she's like one of Jean's favorite people because like she spent so much time with him and it just was adorable.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
No, like Sep's nanny is like one of his favorite people and I will literally never take that for granted because the way she cares for him and like treats him is just like so special.
So special.
And you can tell because he like adores her.
Yeah.
So when I returned back to work, so you took 4 weeks, I took 10. And at 10 weeks, I was still
let me just say that is not very much time still. Okay. Like 2.5 months is not very long in like the whole scheme of things.
Yeah, not good. Like I was still in very much a lot of pain myself, but then also like Giuseppe had a really tough first few months.
Let's talk. Can we talk about that a little bit? Because I don't think
Yeah. No,
we
didn't really.
we didn't really talk about that at all.
No. So Giuseppe was born at 6 pounds, 6 ounces. And then he dropped a significant amount of weight, like really fast. So he
Wow.
dropped like to 5'8".
Wow.
Yeah.
Within what, like that first week?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I was establishing nursing and doing all those things.
You had so much trauma. We're essentially dealing with like post C-section trauma and like blood loss and all of that stuff. So like your body doesn't kick in.
I was on full bed rest. Like I couldn't leave my upstairs for a week. Like she was like, you cannot do stairs because the shifting of like your pelvis when you go downstairs.
Oh my
like,
God.
Would shift your incisions.
Yeah.
Like I literally was like, I was locked in my bedroom for a week, which is not good for your mental health, B, physical health.
Right.
It was necessary for the incision to heal. Like I totally
but for
get it.
everything
I'm
else.
not discounting that. But like, yeah, that was tough.
Horrible.
It was really tough.
Okay. So your milk, do you remember what day your milk came in?
Yeah, my milk came in within the first 2 days.
Oh, it did? Okay.
Yeah. But he would take, you said like Jean was a long nurser. Like I feel that to the core because, and this like in hindsight, I think I would do things maybe a little differently and like seek a little bit more help. But like, yeah, I'm not exaggerating when I say it would take 2 hours to do a feeding.
Wow. Would he unlatch or he just would stay latched for 2 hours?
He would nurse for like 45 minutes on the first side.
Wow.
Diaper change, 45 minutes on the second side. It truly was a 2-hour ordeal every single time we nursed.
I remember this now.
And like, it just was really taxing. We had a lactation consultant come out and like, that just like didn't really help.
I remember that. Yeah.
He was super colicky. So we started driving over an hour to go get body work 2 days a week. And
this was all within his first like couple months.
Oh yeah. Cause I was still driving out an hour to do body work after I returned to work.
Oh God.
It was like ridiculous.
Wild.
But he needed it. And like, we were doing the best that we could. And he was getting like significant results doing that.
So like at the beginning, was he not like, he didn't have a strong enough pull? Yeah.
He would, his latch was like literally picture perfect. Yeah. Like wide mouth, nose to nipple, or like nose to breast, like chin to breast.
Yep. There was something just going on with the strength of like.
He didn't have the
jaw and tongue. Yeah.
Yeah. He was eating enough in a feeding, but it would take forever. And I was like totally fine with it because I was like, I'm willing to sit here so that you can nurse. Like I wasn't trying to rush him. No. Like some people can nurse in like 15 to 20 minutes once they're established. It's like truly phenomenal.
I never experienced that.
That was never like we're now to the point where like it will take him like 15 to 20 minutes to nurse. And I'm like, oh,
thank God.
A breeze.
Yeah.
An absolute breeze. So I'm like so thrilled we stuck through it. But it was probably 6 to 8 months before we really nailed breastfeeding.
Wow.
I remember even being at work crying tears, like literal tears in between patients when I was nursing him because he was like taking
so long.
And or he like wouldn't want to nurse. He wouldn't want to nurse when I had that like gap.
Yes.
And feeling so much pressure and guilt. And I mean, for the most part, it was pretty well determined. Yeah. But like, okay, so we get to the 10 weeks that I'm going to return. And I had pre-set up shifts where I was working like either a half day or a 3/4 day. Similar to you, I would see patients for 2 hours and then I would nurse for an hour. But like, that wasn't enough.
Yeah. So then you're pressured trying to like, get to your next shift.
Stressed. Yes. It was a lot because it truly like wasn't enough. And then sometimes I would nurse him and then he would nap. And then he wouldn't wake up in time for his next nursing session. So then we would have to wake him up. So it was a lot. It was truly a lot. And like, honestly, to the world, I feel like, and I could be wrong, but I felt like I was putting a good foot forward and showing up for my patients. I truly was. But
absolutely.
I could have been naive in the sense that like,
your body takes a backseat because you're like, okay, I'm focusing on making sure my baby has what he needs and what also taking care of all of these other people.
Yeah.
And then you kind of are just like, okay, I guess I can do it. but
Yeah.
like until I can't.
Right. And I had a lot of guilt associated with the fact that my associate carried so much of the load.
Yeah.
And she had a really tough postpartum too. And so I had a lot
Yeah.
of guilt going into return to work because I was like, I have to take back my load
Right.
and I have to take back my responsibility and like be there for my employees. And like there was some drama associated with like that and like
Mm-hmm.
people not feeling appreciated. And like
Sure.
I feel as though I was doing the best I could.
Yep.
But still, like you have a team of employees that
Still,
are
it's,
waiting for you to get back to work and
I
like
know.
respond to emails and like do all these things. And like it was hurtful to hear that,
Yeah.
but I was doing the literal most I could.
Yes.
And
And
like,
healing yourself and
yeah,
in incredible amounts of pain.
yeah. And
And
like literally, I couldn't sit.
yeah.
Like, I truly couldn't sit because I was in so much pain. It hurt worse to sit than it did to stand. So I would have meetings while standing.
Mm-hmm.
I would nurse standing. I was even nursing in a
Mm-hmm.
plank position, which sounds like absolutely wild, but to plank and have
Felt
him,
better.
I had him on like the bed or a chair
Mhm.
and I would kneel and plank over him and nurse him because I
Wow.
couldn't even sit.
Wow.
It was like,
Truly
truly, it's
insane.
like, it sounds wild just even coming out of my mouth. Like the struggle I
All
had.
the things that you had to do.
I
Yeah.
struggled.
I think a
Now,
lot of it, you're like in a different zone and
mhm,
like while you're doing it, you just do it. But
yeah,
thinking back, you're like, what? Like I
yeah,
really tried hard.
yeah. And like I think I still hold a lot of postpartum trauma or like birth
Yeah.
trauma from being separated from him. And so like
Yes.
I
Oh my
couldn't
gosh.
imagine, like you said, if I didn't own the practice, I would have not gone back to work. I
Absolutely
still
not.
have I still have a really hard time leaving him. He's almost this week he'll be 16 months. And I have a really hard time being separated from him.
Wow.
I think because of those first 5
Because you were
hours I was
forced
separated.
to. Yeah.
And so I have like a strong like maternal attachment to him, which again, like that is good. Like
Yeah, I know.
you need to be attached to your baby because
Yeah.
attachment leads to like dependency or dependency leads to codependence, which leads to independence later on.
Yes.
There's like a whole like neurodevelopment of that.
Yes.
But I feel like as the maternal side, like my trauma has led to a lot of that like dependency,
Yeah.
which I understand is like something I need to work through and I am
You're
trying to.
making you're making up for what you
But
lost at the beginning.
but
Okay,
like
that is small segue.
yeah.
I'm
Side note.
side note, I just started doing this training. Have you heard of the emotion code or like the body code or belief
Yes.
code or whatever?
I don't know anything about it. I've heard of it.
Okay, so it's actually a chiropractor
Oh,
who like he says it was sent down from God for him to like spread to the world,
to
which
teach.
I think like going through it, like maybe it is likely, highly likely. Okay. So like he had this knowledge or this inclination to
Mhm.
start to like dive deeper into his patients traumas and emotions and all this stuff. And it's basically like I already do muscle testing for
Mhm.
organs and for like supplements and stuff. It's essentially muscle testing to determine trapped emotions.
Oh.
And you ask the body a question. So, like, the patient would have their arm out. You ask the body a question. You say, is this ailment that you have associated with a trapped emotion? And you say, and the body's either going to say yes or no. And the yes would be strength, and the no would be weakness.
Oh, wait, no,
And
opposite.
well,
Trapped emotion, yes.
yes is
Oh.
technically so like in this case,
Oh.
yes, like if I can like
Oh. Oh,
ask my
yeah, you
body,
taught me.
show me a yes.
Show me a
And
yes.
it's like slippery.
Slippery.
Show me a no. And
Show me a no. And it
and
gets
it
tacky.
gets tacky.
Yeah.
So like it's a different type of
Okay.
testing that
Okay.
you're trying to achieve. So I'm going through the process and I'm going to be an emotion code practitioner to like
Wait, I need to do
actually
this.
so I can do it remotely apparently. I haven't gotten to that point of the training. It's a
Yeah.
6-month training. It's
Oh.
insane. So, I'm like but, like,
I'm
when I listened to
oh,
this guy, I was like, this is my missing piece. Like, this is what
okay.
I need to add in to, like, fully, truly help people." where it's like, it's the patients who don't fully get better. They have like a chronicity that just
Fibromyalgia.
is like, yeah, like it's
Mm.
those types of like non-acute problems where it's like, this is just me. Like I always have this, like,
Mhm.
it's not going away. Like that is typically a trapped emotion
Okay.
somehow affecting that person. And we know that as
Right.
chiropractors, like we know there's a psychological piece,
Mhm.
but like we don't have the ability to deal with that. And I don't even think traditional therapy, like
Mhm.
talk therapy, can even address the level that
Mhm.
this does, because it doesn't have to be in a conscious state. Like you don't have
Mhm.
to know what
Right.
your trapped emotion is. Your
Right.
body will tell me what that trapped emotion
Mhm.
is. You don't even have to remember the circumstance around it.
Now,
And
how
then
do you
all
treat
you
it?
do is you clear it. You like
Oh,
you do a few different things. You either like swipe 3 times down the back, or you use a magnet and you clear it out,
okay.
and your body creates a
Pathway.
new neural pathway, and it then allows you to get it out. It's not that it's not there. It's not that you don't remember it. It's that you don't have to be stuck in that
Loop.
neural loop.
Oh,
Wild. Like
that might help me because
wild.
I have stuck trauma in
You
my
feel
right
like you're
hip.
stuck.
Mhm.
Exactly. So
Mhm.
there's things that we can do, and we can do it remotely, apparently. So we'll do a
Oh,
session
we
at some
do
point
it
when
on the
I'm
podcast.
yes, when I'm done. I
Okay,
like
well,
can't
we'll
even
do
wait.
it.
I have so
Yes.
many people where I'm like, I need to do this on you, and I
Yeah.
cannot wait until I actually know what I'm doing to be
I
able to
can't
use
wait.
this. I'm so excited. And I'm
Okay.
excited because I already know how to do the muscle testing. I know how to like
Yeah.
feel what
You've
I'm
been
supposed to
there.
feel. So I'm really excited to add that piece. Okay, anyway. I don't remember
Okay,
where we
so
were.
on episode 46, we're going to be doing Felicia's emotional code.
Releasing your trapped emotions.
Yeah. I don't know how long my body can wait, but I'll be
I know.
patient.
We're coming up to the point where I can start practicing, so we'll
Oh,
practice
okay. We'll
very soon.
practice.
Yeah.
Okay. So 10 weeks comes and I'm ready to go back to work. So, like I said, we kind of like established shifts so that I was working like either a half day or 3/4 day. And Giuseppe was with me. And like I said, we had someone at work that was specifically like for SEP on the shifts that I was working. So she would like baby wear, change diapers, read to him, sunshine, tummy time. Like it was like directed at like his development
Yeah.
and like his phase of development. So we did that for the first, literally after his first birthday. I was like, okay, now, so like 12 months. So now, so then we shifted to half days at home, and she would come home and do half days at
Oh,
home. And then either Dan or
with the
myself,
nanny.
yeah.
Oh.
So he would do half days at home, and then Dan or I would come at lunch, pick him up, and then we would all go to the office. And then the nanny would meet us back at the office, and we would do the afternoon at the office.
Love that.
Yeah. Cause I just like hate pumping.
Yeah.
Again, I have an issue being apart from him. And so, like, even a half day was like a little hard for me because before that, like, I never really I think I've missed bedtime like 3 times.
Wow.
4 times now. I've missed 4 bedtimes in 16 months.
See, I can't relate to that. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, let me go away for 4 days.
Yeah. No,
I
I
was
don't,
like,
and I
oh
think
my
it's like
God.
part of my trauma.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
um,
you're certainly stuck.
and he still nurses to sleep. So like
Mhm.
that's also a big component of like I'm his bedtime.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know. I mean, there's like a lot to unpack there, but it worked well for me to be able to have him with me at the office, know that like he was safe, I was safe.
Yep.
Again, like our patients love him. Like even now, like so
Yeah.
we don't really do half days at home anymore. We're kind of because he went to one nap. It was just like there was a
Yeah.
little bit of like a switch in his
That's
one
the thing,
nap.
you just essentially, like, shift around, and I remember now that you say
Mhm.
that, I remember I did shift as time went on. There were
Yeah.
certain times that he was napping at a certain time, so yeah, I would
Mhm.
move my shifts around to
Yeah.
make it thank God we can do that.
Right. Right. Yeah. So I now work 2 full days and a half day. And
Mhm.
I have been on 2 full days and a half day since the beginning of the year. So like 8 months now.
Yeah.
But we kind of brought him back full time into the office maybe like 3 months ago because he was taking only one nap.
Yep.
And his one nap fell over my lunch hour, so I couldn't go home and get him. And I was like, well, I'm not ready to be away from him for a full day.
Right.
So we had to bring him back into the office full time, which is fine because, like, honestly, he does really well there. Like,
Yeah.
he's not
used to it.
freaking out if he can't be with me
Mhm.
because he's used to it. And there's so many kids there for him to play with.
Exactly.
He eats like his breakfast and his lunch there. He plays with the kids. He
He
gets
can
to go
take his nice
outside.
long nap.
He can take his nap.
Yeah.
And he naps like so well at work. It's
Mhm.
hysterical. Like he'll take like 2 to 3 hour naps at work. And I'm just
Wow.
like, I love that.
Amazing.
So he's integrated really well into the practice. And then we've recently had like a shift change and a schedule change. So like now I would say in the past, actually, this started last week, he's going to be spending more time with my mother-in-law.
Oh.
Yeah. Cause
Okay. Like, so what's it gonna look like now?
so his nanny went back to in-person college.
Oh.
So she's
Mhm.
still working, but not the shifts that I'm working.
Mhm.
And so, like, he'll still see her occasionally, but like, mainly he's going to be with my mother in law all day Monday, which, like, last week was the first time I spent a full shift without, like, a full day without him.
Whoa.
It was crazy. But he, like, I mean, obviously, like,
He's
loves my
great. At
mother in
this
law to
point,
death.
he's gonna do better than you.
Yeah. Okay, get this. The first day I go to leave him, so she shows up at the house. I go to leave him. He thinks I'm taking him away from her. So he's gripping onto her for life. And she's staying with him.
Yeah.
He thinks I'm going to take him to work. So he's gripping onto
Oh.
her with dear life, wouldn't even hug me goodbye.
Oh,
It was
that's
hysterical.
so great,
So it's like
actually.
he's in great hands because he
Perfect.
loves her. And they have so much fun together. Like she's just
Oh.
very interactive, very hands-on, very like go outside and explore. I mean, I think they were outside like over half the day, which is
That's how
great. That's what
my
he
mom
needs.
is with Gene too. It's
Mhm.
amazing. And
Yeah.
I love him being over there because I
Yeah.
know they're
They're doing
mm,
things.
they're doing things. They're
Yeah.
outside, they're gardening, they're
Mhm. Yeah.
cooking, they're doing
Yeah.
whatever I'd be doing with him.
Exactly. So he'll be with her full day Mondays and then my evening shifts on Wednesdays. And then depending on what Thursday looks like, he might either be at work with me or like spending some time with her. So like
Love it.
it's like a big shift for me. I last week was like
Yeah.
really hard.
Oh.
Just emotionally because
Yeah.
I'm not used to having separation. And even like the times like at work when I would have been nursing, I'm pumping and I'm just like,
Ugh.
oh, this is hard.
That's the hard part.
But I know for his development and like where he is, it does him better service being with my mother-in-law than
Yeah.
like unattended at work.
Yeah.
So it was honestly a big shift for all of us at work. It was like
Yeah.
pretty emotional. But like I said,
Oof.
like he'll always have some piece of coming to work. I mean,
I know. Well, it will always be his happy place.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Gene, he loves coming to the office.
Hmm.
So I'm actually now transitioning again
Again?
also, like a
Okay.
little, yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm again, it kind of came with like our babysitter's availability. So
Yeah.
she's getting a new job and I was like, okay, I'm just going to have to figure this out.
Hmm.
So, like, and Kyle's work schedule is very weird. So, there's
Mm-hmm.
not like it's not consistent every week.
Hmm.
And it really is like the bane of my existence that I can't just say, okay, you have him on this day and I don't have to think
Right.
about it anymore.
Yeah.
That's really hard. So,
Yeah.
every single week I have to like reevaluate, okay, what's
Who has
happening?
him? Where are we?
Which day are we doing here?
Hmm.
So, what I've switched to doing starting now is essentially Mondays are either going to be just Kyle, or if he works, it's going to be Kyle and a babysitter for the afternoon.
Hmm.
Tuesdays, I'm now going to come in the morning.
Oh, you're gonna
Don't
work Tuesday
ask me
morning.
why.
You're
Mainly
adding more time into
because
work. There
I'm
you go.
I'm shifting my Thursday to not be
Oh,
all day because
okay.
then like so I have the ability if I have to take Jean with me to the
Oh,
office,
it's a
which I'm
shorter shift.
we're going to try. We're going to try and see how he does now
Hmm.
coming back to the office for like
Yeah.
2.5 hours tops.
Hmm.
And we're just going to see. And then I have the ability if I need to on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I don't
Hmm.
have to rely on somebody else. I can just take him with me if I have to. Chelsea can have him like for a couple hours before or after if I need to go do something or if I
Hmm.
have an appointment, whatever, because he loves it. He loves going to play with her daughter and
Yeah.
they have a great time. And then Wednesdays are going to be all day with my mom.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking that it's gonna work better for my mental
To have a real
load
schedule.
to have a real schedule and have the flexibility to bring him with me if I have to. Because
Mhm.
otherwise, if I'm working 3 full days, I can't just bring him with me for that full day. Like
No,
that
that's a
there is
long time.
no
It's
way.
also
Like
a lot of food. I carry a straight up
it's a
cooler to
lot of
work.
it's a lot of prep. It's a
My
lot of prep.
lunchbox is a cooler,
I
full
know.
cooler,
I know.
because how much I'm eating with nursing,
Yes.
and then Sep, he eats, like,
So much at that
so much
age.
and
Oh
so
my
much
gosh.
variety. It's like we
Yeah.
need a snack, we need
Yes.
milk, we need
All day.
water, we need nursing, we need
Oh, it's like it's truly like
It's
so
crazy.
much. That was I had Jean in like a half day preschool for like a couple days a week for
I
like one
remember.
semester. I'm like, "I'm sorry, this is too much. I cannot make a lunch
Yeah,
2 days out of the week.
yeah.
How do people do this?"
Well, and a lunch that's,
For
like,
school
healthy, but,
for
like, can go
yeah.
to school.
Yes, that he will actually eat
Mhm.
and is not junk.
Yeah,
And that took, like, a lot of effort for me.
yeah,
I can't even believe
yeah.
how much, like, I didn't wanna do that 2 days a week.
Did you recently see the, like, back to school campaign that is, like, sponsored by Capri Sun, Lunchables, and
Stop.
who else is
No,
it?
I have not seen
Kraft
this.
Mac and Cheese or something?
Oh, gross.
It's like I'm appalled that we're here. I'm appalled that
Oh, no.
there isn't more like, "Hmm, that doesn't sound right."
Oh, no.
They, like, band together to create a back to school campaign, and I'm just like,
Also,
"That
can you
is
believe that these things have
crazy."
been around since we were in school? Like, I
Yeah.
remember envying
Oh, I would
other
beg for a
people's
Lunchable.
Lunchables. Yeah,
I
my
would
mom.
beg I would beg for a Lunchable.
Never in my life have I eaten
No,
a Lunchable, thank
no.
God.
She was like my mom was like, "I make you a beautiful homemade lunch
Mhm.
every single day and a homemade breakfast and a homemade dinner." We would
Yep.
beg you know what else we would beg for? TV dinners.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I
Beg.
want a frozen dinner.
Give me a frozen dinner in a
Gross.
tray. I want all my food pre-made in a tray. My mom's like, "What?"
What are you talking
I make
about?
you this beautiful
We
meal
didn't
and I'm begging
know.
for a frozen dinner.
We didn't know how good we had it.
I know. I know. My mom made us a hot breakfast every single day for
I know she
school
did.
through
That's
senior year.
amazing. Mhm. That's like
Crazy. Love. That's a love
thinking about
language.
that is so much work.
Also, my mom hates cooking. She's like me.
Yeah.
And my mother woke up
She
every single day
forced
and
herself.
cooked those hot breakfasts.
Wow.
And multiple course, like we would have like
Yeah,
multiple dishes. We would have a smoothie. We would have like
I
breakfast
remember
burritos.
that.
Like it was not just like she put scrambled eggs on a plate.
Mm-mm. It
It
was
was
like
a
a
full
whole
meal.
thing. Oh, just, like,
Ugh.
thinking about that is just it makes me, lose it a little bit. I'm like, "Oh
Yeah.
my god, this is
I
a lot."
yeah.
That's truly one of the reasons why I'm like, I don't really wanna send Gene to school,
Mhm.
truthfully. I don't wanna do that 5 days a week.
No, pack a
I don't
lunch.
wanna have to bring him somewhere 5 days a week.
I know.
Like, no.
I know.
No.
We should really dive down like the schooling
We should.
train because
I'm
you and I
pretty
are both
far
of the
down the
philosophy of
rabbit
like
hole.
we want to own businesses, but we want to raise our children and we want to
Mhm.
raise them in a way that
Aligns with our
aligns with us.
values.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
I think a lot of that looks like homeschooling and co-ops.
I think it really does.
So how
Like,
do we do it all?
I know. How? I think the
Ugh.
reality is that the time commitment is actually not what people think
Right.
when it comes to homeschooling. Like, yes,
Yeah,
it
but then
takes
like
prep, it takes, like, effort and, like, us doing it, but did I tell you
yeah.
I started, like, a group?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like,
You have your own co-op.
my idea is that each parent, once the kids get older, because right now they're
Mhm.
like 3 and 4, so there's,
Right.
literally nothing that we have to teach them. It's
Yes.
purely just like group
Group.
play at this
Yeah.
point. But eventually, I'm like, "Okay, each parent is good at something," right?
Mhm.
Like, if each person can say,
You'll do
"Okay,
science.
I'm, like, good at this. I can teach these kids a very basic level of this particular topic."
Mhm.
And you can just take a day, it's 2 hours, you just have a little activity around it, you teach them something about whatever that is, and
Mhm.
that's it.
Mhm.
So that's the idea, and it's all people that I feel like hanging out with. I don't know how I would feel going into a co-op per se, like a
Mm.
pre-existing co-op
Right.
where I don't know.
Natalie. You have to open your own business because you don't want to work for someone else. You have to start your own co-op because you don't want to join someone else's.
I'm particular about the
We're the same
energy of people
people.
that I wanna have
I
around
know.
me.
Same. Your what is it? Your existence is the combination of the 5 closest people to you. Isn't that right?
Definitely,
Something like that, where
definitely.
it's like you are a mirror of who you hang out with. And if you stick your
Yes.
kid in a setting that does not mirror your core values, your morals, your ethics, your spirituality,
Mhm.
your kid is going to become molded into that.
Yes. And truly, it's, like, more it's selfish too, like, I want to hang out with people that I if I'm spending my
Relate with.
time with other people, like, it needs to be people that I like and that
Right.
are friends of mine and, like,
Yeah.
that I like talking to.
I had that
Rather
conversation with someone the other day. I was like, when your kid makes friends, do you have to be friends with their parents? How does that work?
I
What
think
if
yeah.
what if Giuseppe becomes friends with someone and I'm like, "Oh, I don't like the mom." Like,
I
I'm
know.
nervous.
I
Is
know.
it like dating?
It
Like, you have
already
to, like,
happens, kind of like you have to, like, have these, like, weird conversations
"Oh,
with people
no."
that you don't really like even at, like, the playground where Jean will, like, make a friend with this kid, and then I'm, like, sitting there, like,
Look at the mom, like,
chit-chatting with
"Oh,
the mom. I'm like, "Can't we just, like, sit on our opposite benches
oh
for
my
a
god,
little
that
bit?"
sounds
And just,
so
like,
extroverted."
oh, it's just a lot. I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna go sit over here now." I like, how do you do that?
I'm, like, terrified. I started going to this library thing for, like, toddlers,
Oh, no.
and I'm just like, I can't talk to anyone.
I
I've
think,
literally
like
in my older age become introverted because
I
I'm
have
like,
as well.
I just wanna talk to my baby.
But think about all of the conversations we have every day
I
and all
know.
of, like,
It's
all the
so
small
taxing.
talking that we have to
Mhm.
do, even though it's, like, meaningful small talk,
Yeah.
I sometimes my brain actually can't do it when I'm not in the office. I'm like, there's nothing there. Like, I don't have
Yeah.
anything to talk to this person about,
No,
and
literally.
it's
I'm like, I
nothing
forget how
against
to ask
them.
questions because
Like,
I'm
it
so used to asking
truly,
questions all day.
truly.
We need to practice.
We
But this,
do.
like this library time is, like, 40 toddlers
Wow.
screaming and running around, and I'm
Like,
like,
what actually is
first off,
happening
I need
there?
structure. Second off, this is not what I signed up for.
No.
And third, I thought this was an activity that I listened and they ran. This has turned into commingling. I'm like, I didn't
Exactly.
wanna talk.
No, I want them
I
to
told
read a
Giuseppe we were coming
story
to sit and listen, and we're both
because
confused.
that's what I wanna do. I wanna sit there
We're both
and
missing the
listen
memo.
to somebody else do it. I know.
Because
It's so hard.
Johnny next door brought his tractor truck and Julie brought snacks for her daughter, and I'm like, Giuseppe was told he can't eat,
And is just exactly.
and
He's
now he
distracted by
feels
all the other
yes,
stuff. I
he
know.
feels slighted because mom said we're sitting still and we're not snacking.
All I can say to you is
Library time is not it.
cherry pick the people who you want to be with you.
Who's in
If
my
you have
circle?
a couple patients where you're like, "Oh, we're starting a little
Yes.
group, like, if you like them,"
Yes.
or, like, there's a couple friends that maybe have kids the same age or even older. It's not a problem to have kids
Yeah.
of different ages
Yeah.
and just say, "Hey, we're gonna just, like, get together with everybody and see how this works."
Yeah.
That's how I started it.
I'm gonna build my own library.
Build your
The Wave
have
Library.
your own circle time
No, but
at the
honestly, I
office.
mean, I'm not discounting what a librarian does, but the one I take him to, it's like I can read a story and sing 15 nursery rhymes. We can do this.
Exactly.
We can create our
All
own
it
library time.
takes is just, like, planning it out so you don't
Yeah.
have to think about it, and that's where
Is
I'm
that
at
my
right
next
now.
venture?
Maybe. You'll get there, trust me, because you'll see everything
My own
around you is
group?
not what you want. So
Okay,
then
well,
you
if you're
say,
listening,
"Okay, how about I will create the template,
yeah. Natalie's
and
gonna
I
create our template for all these moms out here looking to create like-minded mom groups.
I'll create the template, and I'll let you know."
Okay. And if you're a mom listening local to me
Hit
and
me
you
up,
wanna hang out with me,
DM me.
DM me because I'm creating my own library
Tell
group.
me the ages of your kids and all the
I'll
values that you're
create groups.
interested in.
Yeah.
We said the one requirement for our group is you can't give your kids food dyes. That's the only 'Cause
No food
everybody
dye.
else is it's on a
Yes.
spectrum. Like, we're all
Yeah.
like, there's some people who are, like, extended breastfeeders, but then, like, they're
Mhm.
not as crunchy in other areas, and then there's other
Yeah.
people who are really crunchy, but then, like, maybe aren't into the homeschool thing quite yet, but might
Yeah.
be, and
Yeah, there's, like,
there's,
variety
like,
pack.
a huge variety of people
Yes. You
in
just
our
have to
group,
be no
but
food dye.
essentially, you just can't feed your kids food dye, and then we can be
Because then your kid also won't be acting out of
like a
body.
fool. Exactly.
So we won't have to kick them out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Baseline is that. You can be on the whole scale of
Natalie, we literally went from, we would never do this again. We would never return to work. We would never hold positions like this, to creating our own co-ops
because it's
out
just
of
me.
necessity. It's out of necessity.
It is.
We're in survival.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
truly, it's that I look around and I'm like, I don't like anything that I see. Like, I don't like the options. I don't want a
I
full-time school. I didn't like the half-day preschool crap because it really didn't do anything for opening up my
no,
time.
no.
It I I
How
don't
people do that,
really love the co-ops around here, at least where I'm at.
yeah.
But,
Who is that preschool drop off for? Because I look at, we have a Montessori school and it's like drop off at 10 a.m., pick up at noon. I'm like, what?
yeah,
Who
like,
can work?
what does that do for you? It
I can
doesn't
see 3 patients by the time I
I can
drive to and from.
go to the grocery store, but it's way easier just to bring him.
And also it's still expensive.
I can maybe go to a workout class. It was, like, to the point where I was like, "Okay, 3 hours just went by. What did I just do?
Right.
This is dumb." Like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I can honestly get more done during a nap time because I'm not driving.
Yes. It was just
Like,
it
if you
ended
drop
up
them off, your commute is half that
it was like
time.
a whole lie. I got we did one semester and I was like, "This is not it." Like, I'm sorry,
No.
this is not for me.
The time you took driving there, packing his lunch.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just
No,
not it.
it was not. So, anyway, we're
More on that in future episodes
more on that
about
in
Natalie's
future
co-op.
episodes. That's our future, though. I really
Yeah.
do see it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't see how traditional school is ever gonna fit into to
Our
at least
values.
my life, yeah.
Yeah.
In Illinois, it's really nice because you can actually pick and choose. If you wanted your kid to go to, like, chemistry class
Mhm.
at a public high school,
Yeah.
you can just pick that one class, and
I
and
think
then
we have that same thing.
they can play school sports still.
Yeah.
So, a lot of states are not that way. Philadelphia or Pennsylvania
I
might be
think
that way.
I have a large number of, homeschool families in my practice, and I'm gonna have to, like, kind of resource their
Yeah,
information and knowledge, and I've already started picking the brains of a few of my patients, just being
yeah.
like, "What are our options?" But
I think what's nice about that is you don't have to do, like, a separate co-op
mhm,
where it's, like, a whole separate group of people. Like, if you want your kid to be in a certain class that you don't wanna teach or you want
mhm,
them to play school sports, they just have to be in one class.
mhm. I
And
think in Pennsylvania, they don't even have to go, it's just the school district that you
oh,
live in.
interesting. So you
Yeah,
can
because
play
you pay school taxes regardless,
right,
and I
and
think, yeah,
yeah, I mean, that would make sense.
yeah,
I think the public might be that way. I
yeah.
think the private schools around
Oh,
here, you have to do one class and then you can
yeah,
play the sports.
yeah,
But, yeah, there's so many options. I don't think people
yeah.
really know
Well,
that you
also
don't
people,
have to do it normally.
I think a lot of people use school as a way to utilize it as childcare.
Definitely, and I get that. Like,
Yeah,
if you
if
are
you're working.
working 5 days a week, of
Yeah,
course you have to do something.
yeah,
But, like, us not working 5 days a week, I can't justify ever sending him
yeah,
somewhere 5 days. Like, I all day for 5 days, I just can't wrap my head around
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So, I'm going to be doing something
Hybrid.
yeah, definitely hybrid,
Mhm.
and I just don't know when that's really gonna
Yeah,
start. So,
I agree.
I have to figure that all out, but it's also one of those things that I you can choose as you go,
Mhm.
you know?
And you can always pivot.
I'm gonna do this for as long as I feel like I can, and if I get to a
Mhm.
point it's not working, then it's not working, and we
Yeah.
put him in school and see how that
Mhm.
works, and if that doesn't work, then the
Mhm.
next year I don't do it,
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
okay. I know
Mhm.
Chelsea's daughter, she's in a public school, and this year they've gotten crazy about attendance, and
Mm.
it's like, "Here are the 3 reasons why you can take your child out of school. And it's like, really? You're going to tell me like, I get the principle. Like,
Yeah.
yes, they need to be in school,
Jean would
blah,
get
blah. Like,
truancy immediately.
I know. I'm sorry. I cannot have somebody telling me that.
Yeah.
Like, if I want to take him on an educational trip,
Mhm.
I'm going to take him out of school.
Right.
And you're going to just have to be
Deal with
okay with
it.
that, or okay, then he's not going to school.
Right.
I don't know. And that's kind of where I've gotten. Like, I can't do this.
I know.
Okay. So anyway, we'll
All
talk
right.
more about that as
Yeah.
time goes on.
Yeah.
Homeschooling. And you have homework because you need to listen to the new Culture Apothecary podcast
Which one?
on root canals.
What good timing. All right. I'll
What
listen to that.
I saw it pop up today. I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding.
I
This
love
is
it.
perfect timing.
I love it. And then we'll also have to talk about the water one.
Oh, yeah.
I loved that.
We'll talk about water. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That one is like, I'm like deep in the water thing. So
I know. Or we could do a water tasting on the podcast.
Let's do it.
That would be really fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. We'll plan that.
I am going to be one of those people that has like 10 different glass like waters available
Options.
at all different times.
Well, and then that might be something that I bring into the sauna membership that we're starting.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Ooh.
That's a great idea.
Well, that's for a future episode.
Especially curated waters. Okay. These are the things that are coming.
Thank you for joining us for episode 8. We will talk to you next week.
Bye. Hope you loved our chit chat. Remember, while we may be doctors, we're not your doctors. And this podcast is not supposed to replace advice from your own provider. Please don't take our opinions as medical advice and talk to your doctor about what's right for you.
That's a wrap on this week's episode of Functionally Feral. If you're loving the realness, the rituals, and the chaos that comes with raising feral children while building a business, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Share it, tag us, and don't forget, being feral is functional when you've got a plan.